Okay, so this is actually going to be take number 4, believe it or not. I honestly thought I was recording the first time, and then the second and third time, apparently my recorder froze and didn't save what I was recording. So, happy Saturday. My throat is a little raspy. Hopefully everyone is doing great. Very excited for tomorrow, Easter Sunday. If you don't celebrate Easter, whatever you're going to be doing this weekend, hopefully it's the best and greatest holiday weekend that can be for you, your family, your friends, your loved ones. And hopefully you make some IRL great gains, eat some really good food, drink some really good beverages, coffee chairs, or just pretty much play a lot of RuneScape, right? It's time for a new vlog. Today we got a lot of stuff to talk about, and still on the Frost Dragons grind. Uploaded a new video on my main channel for those of you following that channel as well too, Nightmare RH. Otherwise, I kind of really want to talk about a combination of a couple things. One, really where I see this channel really going with content and future projects that I want to do. So I'm going to talk about that probably in the first portion of this episode. And then the second portion, going to be talking about some weaponry on this game, pretty much going off of yesterday's video where you pretty much buy an item and then it just constantly declines over time on RuneScape. A very, very annoying thing for RuneScapians. Still grinding from some Frost Dragons. Probably on Tuesday, I'm going to be doing an update showing how much my loot tab is worth. I can go ahead and tell you that I've had very unlucky luck at Frost Dragons, and I am I'm making GP. I'm not going to deny it. But, I mean, the RNG is definitely not the greatest. And, to be honest, it's not really that AFK-able as I like it to be. So, I'm making some GP right now. All good. But, in the very near future, obviously probably going to start the good old-fashioned rune crafting grind, right? Okay, so, firstly, up here, pretty much where I see going with this YouTube channel. Firstly, for any of you all that have recently found this channel, like I said, if you are new, I tend to just really talk about a lot of stuff on this channel. I am a gigantic RuneScape nerd, just like hopefully all of you are that watches me. Otherwise, what are you really doing? You know, if you're watching a RuneScape nerd because he loves the greatest game ever called RuneScape, and you don't love RuneScape, what are you doing, brother or sister? This YouTube channel was started many, many years ago as pretty much a video blog channel. I would upload a new video every day talking about what I've done on the game RuneScape. Obviously, my main channel, Nightmare RH, pretty much covers different style of content. And this channel grew exponentially fast, let alone all my channels did. Pretty much peaked. It was honestly before Evolution of Combat. So I don't know the exact number here. Let's go ahead and see 70. I'm seeing what? 75,000. Let's go ahead and call it even 75,500 subs. And then basically pretty much what happened, 2014, I stopped uploading videos on this YouTube channel. And, obviously, since 2014 up until very recently, I want to say a couple months ago where I started uploading videos again, this channel was just really a memorable style, channel and stuff. I also have 2 other YouTube channels that are very inactive, the Nightmare RH and also my gaming channel as well, which I'm probably going to be reactivating in the near future as well too. But this channel is really dedicated to just talking about RuneScape, very much a conglomerate RuneScape channel, talking about old school RuneScape primarily because that's what I'm focusing mainly on. Talking about RuneScape 3 also because obviously RuneScape 3 is very important to the overall aspect of RuneScape. Understand that if RuneScape 3 goes away, old school RuneScape is going to be paying some type of detrimental price. Jagex is going to be losing a lot of revenue, so what does that mean for people on old school RuneScape? You gotta remember that, okay? I understand a lot of people are very pissed off about like what happened to RuneScape 3 over the years. I am too, but we can't control it. However, you gotta come at peace with anger. You really got to. I don't really mean to be like preaching up here, but a lot of things that irritates you in life, it could be anything. If you kind of just really accept it that, hey, Jagex obviously is out of your control, but we got old school RuneScape here, which is definitely a positive thing, right? So my future growth with this channel, definitely continue doing blogs, pretty much content. I get a lot of ideas from you all, so if you want me to cover something, definitely drop a comment down below. Long term, though, when I start getting back to streaming, I do want to do a lot of streaming on this channel, but streaming on this channel is going to be very much just dedicated to bullshitting in simplest terms. Going live, RuneScape talking about RuneScape, pretty much any streaming that I do on my main channel, Nightmare RH, very much going to be geared to action-based. Maybe doing some Slayer bosses, PVM, PKing. So this channel is going to be very much kind of like a RuneScape talk channel in a way. I may even do some podcast episodes with other people on this channel. And at the same time, I'm going to be live streaming on Twitch because multi-streaming is awesome. So definitely going to be growing this channel over time. I've talked to actually quite a few of you all through the comments on videos and also through Discord or in-game. Over the last couple months, this channel has actually attracted, you know, new viewers, which, by the way, like I said, welcome if you are new. I'm a gigantic RuneScape-loving nerd. So if you're in the same boat and category, hey, I highly suggest hit the subscribe button and follow along this journey. And very much content-based is around what the atmosphere pretty much is. Obviously, covering new updates over the next couple weeks. We're going to have the leagues kicking off, which I'm actually going to be very excited for. I may not be doing leagues the entire duration, but I do want to definitely dabble in it. I do want to dedicate some time to doing leagues. And like I said, I've just been busy for every single other leagues that have been out. So the fact that I'm actually here for this leagues and this go-around, it's pretty much a sign from a higher power. Hey, Nightmare, maybe you should dabble in some leagues, right? So pretty much that's my goal for this YouTube channel. And for anyone new here, I appreciate you all so much. And for long-time returning viewers, I love each and every single one of you. But yes, the YouTube algorithm will definitely push these videos out to new people. It just really depends, especially like on the topics per se. Obviously, the most viewed topics tend to be around like very trendy type of newsy, you know, worthy topics and stuff. But today I kind of really want to talk about very similar stuff that I talked about in yesterday's episode. Pretty much buying items on this game and seeing stuff like this. So a Dragon Hunter Lance, that's currently what I'm using to kill frost dragons. And if you had bought this item pretty much from the start, so 2019, right? You would not have so if you had bought it from the start for, let's say, keep it simple, 111 mil GP, if you did not use this weapon, and it is amazing that this weapon does not degrade, which would even be more of a money sink, but if you have not used this weapon to actually do a bunch of maybe dragon slaying, maybe a bunch of Slayer, maybe a bunch of PVM, maybe you even go PKing with it. If you have not used this weapon to make money and you were to sell right now, well, you'd be selling not for 111 million. You'd be selling for I don't have a calculator up, but that's pretty much like 40. It is more than 40% of a decrease. Maybe not 40, maybe like it's pretty close to being like 40%. And RuneScape itself was actually never like this. Many years ago, before the Grand Exchange, if you have started playing old school RuneScape and you never experienced, let's say, like RuneScape from 2004, 5, and 6, and 7, or even RuneScape back in 2008, 2009, 10, 11, and early 12, something like this would be like a little rarish in a way, because God Swords many years ago, I actually have to find a chart here. Hold on one second. RuneScape. Let's go to the Bandos God Sword. I'm pretty sure that I can look back to the very start of the release. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, no, this kind of sucks in a way. I can actually not look back, because when Bandos God Swords honestly first like came out, yeah, these prices are actually very inaccurate. There was a time where a Bandos God Sword was actually much higher than 35 million GP. Obviously, RuneScape 3 is very different, okay? Extremely different here. But even, like, other items, like, okay, so for example, a Zamorak Hasta. I actually got a lot of these items many years ago from doing Zamorak and old school RuneScape. And these things used to be phenomenal money-making methods. Back in 2000, when I was streaming full-time from 2000, middle of 2013 all the way up to 2019, on old school RuneScape, I would go to Zammy with a lot of friends, and we would walk away with a group of 3 or a group of 4 people. We would walk away with a handful of Zammy spears. I remember one time I did Zammy very late at night, and it was 3 of us. We all walked away with 1 Zammy spear. It was unfriggin' believable. And 2 of the Zammy spear drops came from the friggin' minions. Yeah, it was a money-making machine. Obviously, they very much spiked, but why did the Zammy spear basically pretty much crash? Well, the reason being is because there are better weapons than the Zammy spear. That's plain and simple. I mean, the Zammy spear, you need, it can be upgraded to the Dragon Hunter Lance. Well, yeah, that's first and foremost. But besides that, I mean, you also have the Fang, which is a very valuable, underrated weapon, in my opinion. But just hands down, the Zammy spear is pretty much obsolete. So, if you theoretically bought a Zammy spear, and let's say you never ever used it that much. Let's say you bought a Zammy spear because you wanted to maybe, I don't know, go to the Corporal Beast or something, and you bought a Zammy spear all the way back 31 December 2018. Well, goodbye to your GP. This happens a lot. Like, a lot. Same exact thing with the rapier. I don't even know. Hold on, let me check on my bank. Hold on one second. Oh, thank you, Lord. Yeah, I think that I did not lose any money by selling my rapier. Here's another item. So, this item has actually caused a lot of despair to a lot of people. I know people that bought this item when it was like close to 200 mil. I remember people buying this item when it was like 400 mil. The amount of Slayer that you need to do to remake your 400 mil is insane. Utterly insane. I ended up buying one of these items. It was almost close to 2 years ago, and I used it for a little bit, and then I'm like, hey, I'm not keeping this in my friggin' bank. And I ended up selling it. I ended up selling it at like, I think I lost like 5 mil GP on it. Obviously, if I held it, I would end up losing like over 20 mil. It's unbelievable how much like the RuneScape markets just screw people. Obviously, the Fang, I talk about this a lot. This is a very underrated weapon, but I mean, imagine paying like an insane, like even buying this for like 60 mil. It's pretty crazy. And of course, the Scythe of Virtue. You got the OG. What is going on here? Hold on one second. Hold on. Where is what is wrong with this? Come on, Founder House. Man, this is the untradeable version. Holy Scythe. There we go. Actually, no, I just clicked on the wrong thing again. Here we go. No, I just clicked on the wrong thing again. Okay, obviously. Oh, there we go. The uncharged. Man, had to find it. Smack it around. I was honestly considering buying this weapon during 2022. So 2022, I basically made the hard decision to focus 95% of my time on old school RuneScape. And I chose to buy third age items instead of buying a scythe. Was it a bad thing? I ended up buying my Hooba Hooba outfit, my third age melee, and a bunch of other third age items as well too. My third age items that I bought during this time period, I'm actually like up on like money. Because I bought like third age plate body, plate legs, kite shield for very cheap. The third age items I bought like a couple summers ago, those have crashed. But for every single person that bought a scythe during this period, bravo, that's amazing. Even if you bought a scythe around this, that's amazing. A lot of people really thought this weapon was going to be going nowhere. Why did this weapon really go up in value? For a lot of reasons, because one, it is extremely still valuable. And even so, a lot of people thought that Raids 3 would make this weapon obsolete. That's one of the reasons why it crashed. Now when Raids 4 comes out, there's probably going to be a crash in this scythe, because a lot of people are going to be wondering, are the Raids 4 weapons going to basically make this obsolete? It's very bad, especially if you want to build your old school RuneScape bank. And by all means, if you don't care about building your old school RuneScape bank, unlike I do, it doesn't matter pretty much what it doesn't matter if a scythe ends up crashing, because ultimately you're going to be building your RuneScape bank based around just buying items. It doesn't really matter. But if you go ahead and spend, let's say, 5 billion GP on all the items and all the gear, and then all the items and gear end up crashing to maybe you have 2 billion GP, and then let's say another big thing comes out and you don't have enough GP, well, you're going to be selling all your items that have crashed, and your bank is not going to be worth 5 bill. I obviously want my bank at the end of this year to be much greater, because I just I don't know, I am a old-fashioned RuneScapian. And an old-fashioned RuneScapian, like, the value of your bank, it just kind of matters in a way. And of course, you know, this was before really, like, YouTube and RuneScape on YouTube and stuff. But back in 2005, 2006, and 2007, I remember that people just went around and they would say, my bank is this, my bank is that. Oh, man, I'm such a nerd, right? I'm going to wrap up today's video with this. Let me know down below in the comment section if you think that it really matters for your bank. But like I said, there's people that I know where their items have crashed and they need GP to buy the next best weapon, and they don't have the GP anymore. Because let's say you buy this scythe for 1.4 billion GP, right? And then a new weapon comes out that is better, and this weapon crashes down to maybe 700 mil, and the new weapon is now 1.5 bill, and you only have 300 mil of cash. Well, if you had sold this weapon at 1.4 bill before it crashed, you would have had enough GP to buy the new weapon. That's where a lot of people really get pissed off, and that's where a lot of returning players, they look at their bank and they look at their weapons and gear, and they're like, you know, this utterly sucks, man. Utterly sucks. Okay, everyone, have a great holiday weekend. I'll see you all on Monday with a brand new vlog. Be safe, everyone. Stay healthy, and later.